G'day, mate. Welcome to the Step-by-Step Millionaire, where our job is to make you money. And today, the topic is your accent can affect your success. And you're probably thinking, but I don't have an accent. We all have accents. In fact, if you're from anywhere other than where I am right now, you probably hear my accent. To me, I don't have an accent. And that's the whole point of this video. Because the accent that you carry with you can, in a lot of ways, within that first meeting, that first 15 seconds, or better put, the way you talk, can directly affect how people perceive you and whether or not they're willing to do business with you, or whether or not to pool their ideas with you, because you're there to sell yourself. Whether you like it or not, that's what you're doing. And how you talk can directly affect that. Hey, it can directly affect. You see what I mean? There's a conscious, subconscious idea that goes with an accent. And most of this, it comes from TVs and movies, because TVs and movies love to pigeonhole certain aspects of certain accents. The Deep South, you know, Geordie, come on in, Mama's got some cooking for you. As soon as you hear that accent, the automatic, you get a mental impression that goes with it. But if a man was talking with a Southern accent like this, and he was sorely angry with you, you're probably thinking of an old Southern gentleman, or you're thinking, you know, of a Southern lawyer or something to go with that. Even Disney's Goofy. Oh, gosh, Mickey, I was so happy to see you. See, Southern sounding. It's that not fully educated sound that they like to put over on you, that somehow people from the Deep South are not as educated as everyone else. And, you know, same with Valley girls. Totally, you know, it's like, whatever, totally. It's giving the impression that they're clueless, mindless, and, you know, maybe some of them are, but to put that over on everybody, it's not that great. So I want to give you an idea. I'm going to run through some accents just so that you can get the idea. As you listen to them, I want you to think, what automatically comes to my mind? So let's start with the British Isles. And hello, Governor. I'll shine your shoes for you if you like, oh? Just a pence in. Give it a quick buff, I will. Okay, you hear that? What do you automatically think? The educational level and stuff like that. Or if I say, oh, no, thank you. I don't actually need some at the moment. I purchased these brand new, but thank you anyway. See what goes with that? Okay. Or the, lassie, that sounds like a great idea. Why don't you come on with me and we'll have some fun then, eh? Okay. See what goes with that? Or, how about top of the morning to you? 'Tis an Irish lilt that goes with it. And with that, oh, you always think of someone in the green hills of Ireland and they're enjoying themselves. So let's now move over to the East India region. That language requires a lot of times the tongue to be up at the roof of the mouth. So when they learn English, it would be very much like this. They would talk to you and say, I'm so pleased to meet you. Why don't you come up? We will have food together. My family and I will be pleased to meet you. And there's an impression. And then add the British trained diction. I am so pleased to meet you. Why do you not come up to my family? And we shall have dinner together tonight. And you see how it goes, how your brain sort of worked that in there? If you hear a French gentleman, they are very snotty, huh? They look at you and say, we are French, you are not. You shall never understand the reasons the women find us so attractive. You see how your brain did that? Or how about the German-Austrian reason? This is problems that you are hearing right now. You hear this accent, you automatically think that I'm going to ask you to sit down in this chair. Maybe tell me if you have problems with your mother. Okay? Or, hello, I'm the governor of California. See, brain went somewhere. Or the German accent, which is very strict, and it sounds like this, and you think Nazi instantly, oh, it's a bad guy. And that's not great. Canada, there's my accent, Saskatchewan. The Saskatchewan accent, you can hear when they say, I'm gonna go downtown to see our friends instead of our friends. To see instead of to see. For a while, they'll say for a while. Water instead of water. Elevator instead of elevator. And if you head to the East Coast, then you get the I's the boy that sails the boat and I's the boy that sails it. Come on in there, lad, and we're going to have a thing of screech. We're going to get ourselves, and it's the East Coast accent, which is kind of Scottish mixed with whatever. Vodka is where we are going to sit down. We're going to drink the little water, you and I, is the Russian accent. You automatically think manly and strong. Ah, what do you think? You're crazy. You stay away from my daughter. I'm going to come over there to teach you a thing or two. Italian, okay? Sweden. When you hear this, there's an automatic that goes with that. If a girl's saying it, she's usually an airline stewardess. Now, sometimes a heavy accent or the way that somebody talks can be used to their benefit, even if it's strange. So you take somebody like Ben Shapiro, Ben slightly nasally, and he talks very quick, and he does. But he comes across and he knows exactly what he's doing. He's very smart and he talks very, very quickly, and it works for him. But Ben's also 10 times smarter than you or I, and I think it's not the accent so much as the fact that Ben's 10 times smarter than you are that works. But comedians can use bad accents and they can use bad motions, you know, like Rodney Dangerfield's like, hey, you don't have to lie to me. That's what your mother's for. I don't get no respect. And so he's always moving, and that works because he's there for 10, 15 seconds doing a comedic act or half an hour, and that makes it funnier. Or if you're a voice actor like Jay Baruchel, How to Train Your Dragon, welcome to Burke, where the people are tasteless and the food even more so. Or I think it's the other way around. Welcome to Burke, where the food is tasteless and the people even more so. Because of that, it's a very recognizable sound to the voice, and they use that voice specifically to do the nerdy characters. So Jay makes good money being the nerd, but if you're trying to do business with somebody, the last thing you want is to be the nerd. So what you need to do is you need to control your diction. And what that is most people don't listen to themselves, so it's very advisable that you tape yourself with your phone, sit back, listen. The reason that the British sound like this is because they're ever enunciating and taking care with their diction on most words. Diction on most words, and so they sound like that. That with some cadence and other things. The next thing you want to do, make sure that you control your speed. A lot of people, they talk really fast because they think that you're not going to listen to them. And yeah, I know Ben does it. And they think you're not going to listen to them, so they talk very fast. On average, that makes people very tense. So what you want to do is, especially if you're giving a business plan or an idea sharing, slow down. When you talk like this, it relaxes people. You're going to think that you're sounding a little slow, but you're not actually. And when you talk like this, it relaxes people, and they're much more willing to give you the time to listen. So that's one of the things you want to do, okay? One of the other things is use pauses. Why? Pauses create that moment where you don't know what's coming next, and you've got them all excited, and suddenly, and they lean in. Suddenly what? And that's how you bring people into your conversation, is by using those pauses. The next is use as few words as you can. Don't go over things over and over and reiterate and talk about it and do it again. It drives people crazy. Get to the point once and relax. And even in your normal day-to-day, don't talk all the time. Now, the other thing is use less words. Less is actually more. If you have to repeat yourself 2-3 times, people start to feel like you're telling them they're idiots because they didn't get it the first time. Even in your normal life, fewer words create more interest when you actually do talk. Now, cadence. Cadence is quite important. You need to control your cadence because cadence is what makes something interesting or not interesting. And if you just talk like this all the time, you would sound like you were a robot, and that would not be very interesting. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. So your cadence is what tells a story. You start down, you slowly work your way up, across, through, and down again. Finish it off, bring it back up. Cadence can make something sound wonderful or show that you're not happy. Cadence is the thing that brings life to your speech and makes it interesting. Tape yourself, listen to your cadence, learn, and then also learn to control your intonage. Don't put the emphasis on the wrong syllables and items like that. They can create problems. your intonation, and the accuracy with which you speak is going to change whether or not somebody accepts your business ideas, whether or not you can convince people to draw in and become part of your ideas. More important than you would think. That's it for the day. You know how this works. Hit the and comment on the below, and please pass the videos around. There's a lot of people out there that can use this sort of thing, and we thank you for being with us. Now, go on out, learn some more, make some money.